Hi everyone, how you doing? I'm Pabs, a wrestling VTuber and artist, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of character design based on some random emojis. Now, it's been a minute since we've done one of these streams. I think I haven't done one since the beginning of the year, which is very rare for me. I actually like these quite a lot, even though they might occasionally put me in quite a bind. Yeah, I'm very excited to do one of these again. I feel I've been working on the comic a lot, but thankfully I cooked like my goddamn life depended on it this weekend. So I'm in a place where I feel like I can do a couple of like personal art streams and also do the comic at the same time. Yeah, I'm under no obligation. I just feel like at peace doing it this way. Without further ado, though, let's get to the working screen so we can get started. All right. I don't have any sources active. Let's fix that, shall we? First off, let's actually pop up the web browser source. There we go. Why is it like this? Hang on. Oh god, why is it like this? Hang on. Oh god. Okay, hang on. And now it's so tiny. It's so tiny. You can't read it. All right, here's what we do. Change the window size. Why are you going that way, son? Where are you running? Why are you going that way? What are you running from? Anyway, random emoji generator. Slim application error. A website error has occurred. Sorry for the temporary inconvenience. Damn it. All right, let's try the second one. How many emojis? 1 to 100. Last time we did 3. I remember that. Yeah, I did also used to use a website called thisshoedoesnotexist.com, but unfortunately, because that one is AI powered, I've started feeling rather uncomfortable using it, particularly like given the fact that, you know, everything about AI art, I feel like, you know, it would be a bit facetious of me to continue using that site. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to use these emojis. 3 emojis to be precise. 3 emojis. I feel like 3 is a good number. You know what? I feel like 3 is a good, strong number. There's like this idea, right, of the 20... okay, what is it? Like the 60-30-10 rule, which is the idea that, like, for any given design, like, one thing should take up, like, 60%, the other thing should take up, like, 30%, and the third one should be, like, 10%. So let's do 3. Okay, what do we got? Taxi. I think that's a taxi. Cherries and a whale. Huh. You know what? I think we can cook with these. I think we can go ahead and cook with these ingredients. Let me just grab a screenshot of these so we can get started. Oh man. Oh goodness. How silly. I've forgotten to start playing the background music to the people watching it live. I swear to God, me kind of like saying that every single time when I start stream isn't like a hang on. Yeah. Is that loud? No, I think that's only loud for me, thankfully. I love OBS because I have rather, you know, I tend to like keep music down because if something's too loud, I can't think. So it's nice of OBS to be able to like give you the chance to say, hey, this thing can I play this thing quietly on my end, but have it like show up very clearly on the stream end. And well, I'm not sure. I haven't actually watched. For obvious reasons, I haven't really watched my own stream live. So I hope it's coming okay through for everybody else. I mean, I don't know. It should probably be possible. I know there is a way to like listen to the sound being output by OBS at the same time, but like, have you ever heard your voice as it is being recorded, being played back immediately? It's kind of like the same deal. Like, when I was testing my mic settings, right, I had such an issue with that because, like, it's not that I would get tired of testing it. I would get tired of listening to my own voice played back as I was speaking. So it wasn't that my voice that was a problem. It's the fact that I had to like listen to it over and over again. Not even over and over again, but it was over me talking. You know, otherwise I'm fine. And I have my num lock on. Here we go. There we go. All right. Oh, that was loud. Okay, whale. taxi, and cherries. Okay, so immediately, like, the taxi thing makes me think that this is going to be, like, a sort of, like, an individual who works mostly in... Hang on. Like, an individual who works a lot in, like, transportation. Right? The whale makes me think of, like, nautical themes. Maybe they are also a whaler. I don't know. I don't think whaling is a respectable profession, and in the current day and age. If nautical nonsense is something you wish, that's not how you draw an anchor. Let's see, kind of like this. I think that's kind of how you draw an anchor, right? The cherries can be like a tertiary theme, I think. I think the cherries can be like something to tie everything together. So if we're going by the 60-30-10 rule, this whale would be like the 60, the cab would be the... Or the wait, no, hang on. Okay, cherries would be 60, whale would be 30, and cab would be 10. So what that to me means, right, is that... Hang on. We need to make a character whose profession is kind of like maybe like some kind of ocean transport. Like maybe they have a boat or something. Making a ferryman like Karen from Hades would be a kind of interesting idea, although they'd be very cute with a cherry thing going on. Yeah, cherries, as far as fruit go, are not particularly threatening. Like, no fruit is particularly threatening unless you're like allergic to it. Grapes, I think, might be up there. I feel like grapes are threatening to me personally. Red grapes specifically. Green grapes I will devour whole. Yeah, you could not keep me... If I exist in a space with green grapes, by the time the sun goes down, only one of us will remain. Either I will have moved away from the space, or the space will no longer have green grapes in it. Okay. Now, another challenge of this is going to be making sure that I don't just make May from Guilty Gear, but as a cabbie. Yeah. Okay, so... What did, like, ferryman look like? Hang on. Okay, so we do just have Charon from Greek mythology, not just Hades. All right. Oh wait, what about like those like boaters from like Venice or something? Hang on, what do those guys look like? Hang on, I gotta reopen my web browser. Yeah, these dudes. Hang on, the gondolier. This guy looks like he's posing for like an HBO original show. Or this guy too. Oh, it seems to be from like one of those casinos. Let's go ahead and use one of these. I think the toy is the best one. But yeah, the cherry is going to be kind of like the overall character's theme. The fairy thing is going to be like it's going to kind of inform their design. Trying to think on some details. Let's make it a girl. Okay. So then... Okay, so we'll have like this kind of outfit, right? With the ferryman and the paddle and everything. But it'll have a more kind of distinctly nautical theme. Okay. I forget it. I've never been. I don't think I've been ferried across the waters all that often. So I forget. Do the boats usually have the? Are the boatmen usually only on the back of the boat? Wait, I know exactly what to look up to figure this out. Musashi on the way to Kojo. Uh-oh. Yeah, there's a famous legend of Miyamoto Musashi. If you don't know who that is, that was a real dude from ancient Japan who. Hang on. Let me see if I can find a picture of the event. Well, picture is a generous word. A rendition of the event. Come on. Okay, there is a photo of their duel. Oh, wait, there are some dudes on boats on the back. Okay, I see. I see the kind of arrangement. But yeah, story goes that this guy with two swords, that's Miyamoto Musashi. He was kind of the Nikola Tesla of ass kicking when it came to sword fighting in Japan. The guy on the right is Sasaki Kojiro, who is also like the Nikola Tesla of kicking ass with a sword in Japan, but in a distinctly different way. Basically, Musashi got challenged to a duel, or yeah, I think it was Musashi that got challenged to a duel with Kojiro way back in the day. Because the thing is, Musashi was kind of a dickhead in the way he fought. Like, he would be, like, he was just an absolute asshole. Like, he would show up, like, hours late to the fight. He would, like, you know, he would use basically every dirty trick you could think of, which worked to his advantage because, like, a lot of these samurai jagoffs were very, like, oh, you shall fight me fair and square, and also I shall have my like 30 plus buddies here to fight you in case anything goes south. So Musashi kind of like took a look at that setup and was like, well, I don't have 30 plus guys to back me up, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna murder you, run away, and then hope your buddies don't catch up to me, and hope that one of them is stupid enough to try to fight me too. And that worked pretty well for him. Yeah. So Sasaki Kojiro was one of these dudes who was like, "Man, you are like such a dishonorable shithead. Come duel me if you think you're man enough to fight me." And Musashi was like, "All right, bet." And then Musashi proceeded to like not show up to the duel for like hours again, as is his usual wont. And Kojiro was like, "Okay, this is what he normally does. Don't get baited." And then the thing is, Musashi shows up to the duel, doesn't even really have a sword as far as I'm aware. He shows up, like the duel was on like this island, right? They wanted to make it like a big showy event, like the sandbar fight that kind of made the Bowie knife famous. He wanted it to be like a big event, so they were going to go to an island to fight. And because like neither of them lived on that island, obviously they had to get ferried there. But the thing is that like because Musashi didn't have a sword with him, or at least as far as I'm aware, he didn't have a sword in like the account that I read. He basically borrowed the boatman's spare paddle and was like, "Hey, bro, can I turn this into a sword real quick?" And the boatman was like, "Are you fucking insane? I mean, go ahead." But it like, sure, go. Why not? So Musashi basically carved the boat paddle into an impromptu sword, and then he beat Sasaki Kojiro to death with it. Like I said, Musashi was a lot of things, but he was never a dude to fuck around with. Like, ever. But yeah, that's a story of Sasaki Kojiro and Musashi. I forget his last name. Miyamoto Musashi. Yeah, that's his name. I'm gonna make this way smaller, so that I have more room to work with on the canvas. Hmm. But yeah, anyway, I knew that I could get like a reference of like how a boat worked if I looked at that because I knew that there would be a bunch of dudes on boats over there. And let's actually stretch this guy out a little bit. This is how boats work, right? If you want to make a bigger boat, you just like command Shift T it. Okay. So I'm thinking, okay, first of all, naturally big hat. Big round hat. But maybe with something interesting going on. So, okay, no, hang on. Hat is very important, right? So we've got like the boater hat, right? Like we've got like this gondolier hat, which I think might have a tassel somewhere. This little guy isn't providing much assistance with that. No, I don't think that these got a tassel, but they are made out of straw. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so we got the boat hat, and we've got the cabbie hat, which is like this, I think. Either it's like flat. Yeah, I think it's the flatter type. Yeah, because I think like if you make it like fluffy at the top, that becomes like a newsy hat. And then we've also got like the whale theme going on, so that's gonna be like a sailor hat. That one does have a tassel, as far as I'm aware. Or it could even be like a pirate hat. Pirates and whales aren't usually like together. What is Ahab? Like, what's the popular interpretation of Captain Ahab from Moby Dick? All right, no hat on this guy, but quite the beard. Yeah, look at that. The coat gives me an idea. Okay, so maybe like a coat with like the buttons down both ways like that. First, I'm also going to take a quick sip of water. When working with these kinds of things, it's important not to waffle on it for too long. And yet here we are. Gonna draw a little skull on this thing just cause. Make it also almost be like a combination captain hat. Yeah, kind of like... Okay, at what point does something become novel, and at what point does it become, like, stupid? Like, sometimes you have to understand that just because an idea is novel doesn't mean it's not dumb. I mean... but... What about... Okay, so, like, let's take this cappy hat, right? How can we make it more marine, right? Like, more aquatic? I guess we could always tie a tassel to it, right? But that doesn't really do much for me, at least. Maybe like this? No, that's just a normal, like, police hat or something. Alright, so it has to be a tie-up between, like, the sailor hat and the boater, then, I think. Kind of like that? Yeah, alright. Okay, and then maybe we have the little, like, gap here to the side. So we can show off where the tassel is going. Yeah, alright. Okay, so that's gonna be the clothes. The good news is that there's no such thing as like a taxi uniform. So that's one last thing I have to think about. Okay. So let's make it like this. So I'm thinking kind of like a loose shirt on the top. Okay, we've got that part down. What is like hang on. I remember there's like a thing that New York taxi guys use. Like a medallion. Yeah, a taxi medallion. Yeah, you can actually sell these things as well. Yeah, this thing. Taxi and limousine commission. Something like that. Do they have like different models? God, imagine if... Here, okay, here's another one. This one, okay, City of Chicago 2002. Oh, okay. Looks like they change very frequently. They even had one that looked like a police badge. Kind of. I mean, that's what it reminds me of. I think that's supposed to be like a quarter. Okay, I think that might be attached to the medallion. I thought that was like a quarter there for scale. Yeah. Okay, New York's... Okay, which one of these would be best? Ah! Fucking Ahab jump scare. Let me make sure that none of these other tabs have anything that could, like, frighten me in there. Hi, buddy. Let's see here. Yeah, this one looks too much like a policeman's badge, so I think it's got to be something more like this. The fun thing about things like this is that once you get like a vehicle in there, that vehicle is as much as part of the character as the character themselves is a part of the character. I know English. That was perfectly phrased. Oh yeah, okay, let's make them buff too. Or at least very well toned. Okay. The problem then is, I guess, tying the whole thing to the cherry theme. And also to a whale, I think. Maybe the oar has like a whaling harpoon on the other side? Actually, also come to think of it, I'm going to put the actual character's ref on a separate layer. There we go. Okay. Big poopy pants. I like that idea. Although I don't know how practical those would be for boating. Very sharp, pointy shoes, too. Like boots, but pointy. Oh my. It seems the authorities have found me. Finally, they are going to catch me for my heinous crime of being too funny. Ah, well. I'll fight it in court, but I think the evidence is pretty self-evident. Let's see, over here. There we go. Let me spin that around a little bit, too. Shrink them down a little, too. Well, rather than shrinking them down, I'm technically making the boat bigger. This is what a boat paddle looks like, right? How big is like a boat paddle's like oar thing? I went kayaking one time. Yeah, with a buddy of mine. Okay. That's probably not that big. I'm probably making it bigger than it needs to be. Maybe what it could have is like rings along the side of the paddle. I know way too little about like water and how it operates to know like what would be an acceptable customization for a paddle, right? Because I'm guessing holes in the paddle is undesirable because of the fact that like it would like the whole point of the paddle is to push the water, right? You got to push it. So holes in the paddle probably not a great idea. But what I'm saying is like almost like a mesh along the sides of it, like this. Because I feel like that wouldn't affect the displacement of water, although I guess it would be rather impractical. Actually, let me get this medallion on the boat somewhere. This would probably the medallion would probably be better off near the back of the boat. Maybe like the name of the boat or like a paint job thing going on down here too. I imagine this being like a Sinbad type sash. I sort of got I've seen Sinbad, but it was like when I was very young, so I won't remember any of it. Trying to think of like a face shape. I remember seeing a very helpful infographic the other day, which had like the idea that faces are made up of circles, and like you can have like as many circles as you want. Like so, for example, like you can have a face shape like this, right? But you can also have a face shape like this. And the idea is to like play around with the shape of circles to your benefit. So I think like maybe we can go for like an idea where like the face shape is like two balls like this, which would have quite the protruding forehead, which is nice. Let's see, kind of like that. And then the thing to the side would be a mustache? Maybe some kind of scar? A scar would be nice, actually. Maybe an eye patch or something. Let's see. Kepaldalt, hello, how you doing? So kind of like that. Very chubby cheeks on this one. That I think that's going to be the effect of having like the two balls as the basis of the, what do you call, as the basis of the face. Maybe like that. Yeah, maybe like one eye open like that. Alright, a little confused though. That happens sometimes. So basically we're gonna use these three emojis to make a character. So the taxi and the whale have kind of like evolved into like an idea of like a transportation and a nautical theme. Which is why this is gonna go... this is gonna take like some vibes from like a Venetian boater. The rest of this is just me trying to figure out how to work in cherries. Because I want it to be the thing that ties us together, but that's not working very well for me. Speaking of scars, I've been keeping on top of the friggin' of like a Dragon Ishin, right? Because I like the Yakuza series, and they may. And apparently it's supposed to drop soon. I think it might have dropped today, actually. I need to play that game on stream and do it before like anybody else does, because that's the only Yakuza game that I've wanted to play that I haven't seen somebody else play yet. Like Yakuza 0, Yakuza 1 and 2. I've seen somebody else play all those, so I'm not gonna... It's gonna be a little tough for me to stream it since I already kind of know the beats that are coming, and not well enough that I'd be like, you know, how do I put this? Like, pirate, I was confused about something else. Oh yeah, what's that? Yeah, kind of like a scowl kind of thing, like a permanent, like kind of why I oughta kind of face. There we go. Yeah, kind of like wild, messy hair. All right, not bad for a first pass, but we need to keep at it a little bit more. You know, I feel like we haven't done enough with the character. Is there such a thing as a cherry shirt? I feel like I'm... Yeah, okay, this is about what I expected when I googled cherry shirt. I figured it would be something like this. Sometimes it feels like the search engine is being a bit of a smartass at you, but other times that it really is just on you if you can't pay attention enough. Hmm. What could these dangly things be? Hmm. Hmm. I guess we could try to make the paddle out of cherry wood. Yeah, have it get it a little bit decked out. That'd be a good idea, actually. I know they're introducing pink trees into Minecraft, which is exciting. Yeah. I used to be a big Minecraft guy back in the day because like it was a video game that had like mod packs for it. I think it's the only video game that I can think of that has like proper mod bundles. Like if you've ever heard of like Technic Pack or I guess Tech it was called back in the day, or like the Technic platform. That was my jam as a kid, and like that's why I was this account I'm using right now is an alt, and I was banned from here on my main. I was confused because I only have memories of talking on here one stream and nothing really wrong happening. But I enjoyed watching you draw and talking to you. I was just confused why. Uh huh. That's weird. What's the alt account's name? Capol alt. Let me look up my Twitch thing. Hang on. Where's the community thing? Blah blah blah. Kepler over. Huh. Hang on. Let me see if I can I like ban. Huh. Let me try this. That's weird. Usually I remember banning people. May I have misclicked a button? Sometimes when I'm trying to shut Windows, it closes down pretty easy. I can't imagine that happening unless I was in a bad mood over something. It's very strange. Well, sorry about the confusion then. Let's see. Unless this is a weirdly highly advanced bot tactic, but I doubt that's the case. Usually people don't go to such lengths to get a single bot unbanned. Usually they just make a new bot. But yeah, I feel like we can do more with this. Actually, come to think of it, do I have a cherry pattern on this thing? I don't think we do. No, we got cherry blossoms. That's neat. Let's see. Then maybe like this. Yeah, I think like the pants are a little boring, and also like the shirt. I feel it could be a little different. All right, let's do this then. We'll keep this as pass number 1, and then we'll add some extra details on this. Yeah, first of all, she seems a little bit short. Yeah, I think it's like the hand length, arm length. Thank you. Last stream you had, I was here and saw I was banned. Only this stream I remembered about the old alt I had and tried to see why. Huh. Well, I'm glad we got the mystery out of the way, at least. Let's see. Now the mystery of how I'm going to turn this into a coherent character design. Let's see. Oh, maybe some tattoos would be cool. Hmm. Is it just me, or did I accidentally just make her the same proportions but bigger? Whoops. Chronic misspelling and saying something really bad again. Again? Anyway. Let's see. You know what? On second thought, never mind. That wasn't a cue for an explanation. If that's what you took it as. Let's see. On the other hand, I could just like stretch out the oar. I keep almost calling it a paddle. That's not what that is. Very common words, one letter off, and you can learn a whole new vocabulary. Hey. Yeah. Remember how, like, I don't, this might not be a universal experience, but I remember being like 12, 13 years old and watching Scott Pilgrim versus the World with like my family. And he told, in the movie, he tells a story about like the fact that they changed Pac-Man's name from Japan. Apparently in Japanese it was Puckman or like Pakuman, right? Because like Paku is like chomp in Japanese, but you know, if you scratch out some of the letters on that, it can just become the F word. And I remember watching that and being like, wow, that's cool. And then I learned immediately for the next 90 minutes of the runtime of the movie that this guy was never to be emulated. At least not in any meaningful way. Yeah. Scott Pilgrim, great story. I think if I met that guy in real life, I would actually punch him in the mouth. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the thing is, right? Watching Scott Pilgrim versus the World and reading the Scott Pilgrim graphic novels when I was like 10, 12, definitely like a formative experience. Like, you can probably still see vestiges of like friggin' what's his face? This is gonna bug me if I don't remember the author's name. Brian Lee O'Malley. That's the guy. Looking good so far. Thank you. But yeah, you can still probably see like very, very small traces of like Brian Lee O'Malley's influence on my stuff. Okay. How are we for time, by the way? Could use a little bit more hurrying. Also, as an aside, I've been tussling with Stardew Mods for what feels like a week. Oh yeah, I only for a few days. Yeah, I remember seeing those posts in the morning. Yeah, how's that been going? Not well. Too young to even know that movie? Sheesh. I mean, huh. Yeah. I mean, it's not like... The thing is, right, Scott Pilgrim, there are things that, like, you feel are a universal experience, but probably aren't. I feel like Scott Pilgrim is definitely one of those things. Came out when I was 2. Hang on, wait. How old would you be then? Wait, how old was... No, hang on, I'm gonna do the math on this myself. I'm gonna hurt myself, and I'm gonna look up when Scott Pilgrim vs. the World was released. Oh, 14. Okay, now it's coming back to me. Listen, Kepler, buddy, this stream is... The stuff I say and the stuff I swear out sometimes is probably not the good stuff. It's probably not stuff like 14-year-olds should be listening to, which is probably why I banned you in the first place. So I'm gonna... Yeah, this is gonna suck for you, but I'm gonna probably need to ban you again. Sorry about that, dude. But yeah, hang on. Well, crap. Listen, bud. Listen. It's not a you thing, it's a me thing. But don't feel too bad about it. This is not a reflection on you. Seen much worse? The thing is, even if you've seen much worse, I don't want to be one of the people who shows you that much worse. You feel me? So listen. No hard feelings, alright? See ya. Internet safety. Yeah. And just for good measure. Yeah. I always feel bad when I have to do that because, like, hang on. Yeah, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World came out in 2010. So yeah, that's 13 years of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World being out. Makes me feel some kind of way, I'll tell you that much. Oh, here's an idea. I know that I read somewhere that, like, Sailor, what do you call Sailor... There's, like, these specific crew necks that were used by sailors that had buttons on the shoulders. Hang on. Hang on. Where is it? Yeah, these thing. Like, as an example, right? Oh, hang on, my internet's being a dingus. Oh no, Firefox is broken. Firefox, speak to me! Man, I hope that doesn't mean that my Wi-Fi is borked. From OBS, it looks like everything's fine, but, Yeah, Firefox doesn't seem to be doing too hot. Anyway, I know that there's, like, sailor-style sweaters that put the buttons on the shoulder, which I imagine is for the sake of... Hang on. I don't know, actually. Why would they put them there? Hmm. Hmm. Okay, maybe like this, right? Hang on, I've got an idea for how to make this work. There we go. Just huge, huge pants at the bottom. Some kind of belt or sash? But yeah, every time I feel bad for banning people like that. But the thing is, I'm also very forgetful. Like you saw just now what happened, right? So, like I need to like start writing down these things and having like a list of things. Otherwise, I'll never remember why I banned who's it, what's it. I probably shouldn't say this, but I've like banned people who were like in my chat, and I found them to just be a little too annoying. Like I'm just gonna be straight with y'all. Sometimes I did do that, but I think I've only done that once. And like again, no hard feelings to that person. I just did not vibe with them. That happens sometimes, yeah. Do you vibe with me? Sure, green light. Yeah, for me, vibing is more of a vibe with them until you don't situation, right? I either vibe with you or like I either don't vibe. If I don't vibe with you, I vibe with you, right? Like if we're not enemies, we're friends. That's kind of like my stance on most shit. Yes, you pass the vibe check, green light. The council has decided. Hmm. I am wondering though what I should make these like round things on her hip. Mason kind of like buoy. Like, or maybe like some kind of life preserver thing. Yeah, that might be interesting actually. Yeah, like maybe these are supposed to be used so like people can hang on to her. Let me shrink this down again. Yeah, on to some other news. So, I've heard, yesterday was apparently President's Day in the U.S. In Canada over here, it's called Family Day. And I read the wildest fucking thing this morning that somebody was like, President's Day was yesterday. And believe it or not, it's not named that because it fell on a president's birthday. I'm like, I didn't think that in the first place. Right? Like, I can't. Do people think that it's called President's Day because it fell on a president's birthday? Like, there's been so many presidents as a thing. Right? Like, I can't help but feel like if we had a like a day after a president's birthday, it would at least say which president that was. Right? Or like he'd have to be a pretty big fucking deal too. Like you don't. To be fair, I do think it recognizes certain birthdays on calendars. I mean, uh, hmm, certain birthdays. I mean, that's true. Like some days are pretty important. For example, we celebrate the birthday of Christ. That one's a pretty important one as far as things go. In my home country, our National Heroes Day was on the birthday of our first prime minister. Huh. Yeah, now see, that's got some kick to it. That's got some spice. Yeah, but he wasn't president. That's true. That we know of. Yeah, I don't know if there's any like one particular president that's worth celebrating the birthday of, is the thing. And you know what? I'm gonna make this thing into a pocket because I feel like that would look cool. George Wash Wash? Eh. 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 Mm. Eh. Personal opinion says no. If there were to be him, he's literally number one. Yeah, but listen. If the most famous story to your name is one, creating the country, and two, cutting down a tree, I feel like you're kind of on the low scale of the baller economy, right? If those are the two biggest things you are known for, well, that and having like awful teeth. Fuck, I actually read the story. He set up the whole government. I guess that does take quite a bit of work, huh? Literally the plot of Hamilton. Well, I haven't seen Hamilton. Or watched Hamilton, or like attended Hamilton. Attend Hamilton? Is that how you say it? Do you attend Hamilton? Oh man, I can't go to work tomorrow. I gotta attend Hamilton tonight. I do remember getting those like songs like King George, I think, on my YouTube recommendeds one time. Yeah, from that musical. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? Making her look like this rough was definitely the right decision. Because I feel like this would be the equivalent of like the taxi guy who tells you, "Hey, where you going? I'll take you where you need to be." And freckles, because I'm a sucker for freckles. Also, you're in the sun for that long, you're gonna get freckles. I'm assuming that like Venetian boaters get like a fair dose of their vitamin D each day. All right, and for my next trick, I'm gonna clean this sketch up in one single swipe. Oh, I forgot the whole bottom half of the paddle. That's fine though. And then just like that. There we go. I feel like this leg needs to be further back. Yeah. Yeah, I actually did listen to a podcast one time, not about like George Washington's life, but about how he died. And brother, let me tell you, that was a trip. Yeah, so it turns out that like medicine back in the day wasn't so great. Like the doctor that was attending to George Wash was still into the whole bloodletting thing, so they fucked him up. Like like I think that what happened is that he like caught a cold or something like after going horse riding one morning. Yeah. Who would have thought? Yeah, exactly. Hey, Cage. Yeah, like the thing is, right? He probably would have survived if they just let him alone. Like that's how bad they fucked him up that one time. Yeah, I think they gave him they didn't give him anything. They like took like 6 pints of blood away from him or some shit. It was nuts. Let's see and lower this just a tiny bit. All right, cool. We've got our initial sketch out of the way, so let's start with the actual line work. I want to kind of go for a thinner line. Let's go for like a 30 line width. Oh yeah. Another wild thing that happened today while I was like flicking through the news, right? They name dropped Kingdom Hearts in one of the news articles that I read. Like, I understand, right? I understand that Kingdom Hearts is a very popular franchise. I understand that it like prints money for Square Enix to make more Final Fantasy games. I understand this. Like, I know Union Key was like the whole reason that like Final. No, that's probably not true. Final Fantasy 11 is what, or not 11. 14 is what prints Square Enix money these days. But like, I'm familiar with the Kingdom Hearts franchise, right? They were the thing is the news article was discussing that new horror film that's based on like the Winnie the Pooh series, like Blood and Honey or whatever it's called, right? And they were discussing about how it's possible due to copyright laws and how those function. So, for example, they mentioned the fact that because Winnie the Pooh was a 1920s creation, the Hatsune Miku TikTok audio, but you going Michael Mouse, yeah. But yeah, they were discussing like the copyright laws behind that, right? Like for example, like now Winnie the Pooh, the non-Disney incarnation, which doesn't wear any clothing, not even a red shirt. Red shirt guy still goes no pants. But yeah, they hey fellas, did somebody mention the door to darkness? Anyway, they mentioned like the fact that the Winnie the Pooh, the shirted version, is not in the copyright domain, for example, so you can't use that unless it's been like stained with blood. And additionally, for example, Tigger for one could not be in the film because he was in 1928, not 1920-ish. The shirted version, yeah, the non nudist version, the non nudist edition, the censored cut of Winnie the Pooh. But yeah, the non nude version of Winnie the Pooh was not in public domain yet. But apparently next year, the Mickey Mouse and Steamboat Willie is gonna become public domain, and I can just feel like, how like in Star Wars they could feel like the life force being snuffed out when like a big weapon was fired. It's like I feel that, but like it's like lawyers working overtime trying to figure out how they're going to like fix this. Hmm. Yeah, Disney won't let that happen. I'm going to be fascinated to see how they try, though. Also, I'm going to put the Cappy medallion, a smaller version on it of her on her hat. They've been lobbying for years to keep the copyright for. Yeah, they've been lobbying for decades to keep the copyright from expiring. Here's the thing, though, that won't work forever. Because the thing is, people also benefit from copyright laws going into expiration. I'm just like turning my brain off to trying to come up with the numbers I can put on this thing. Didn't I also give the other character that I made before this a scar? Whatever. Like I imagine somebody else must, like a lot of other people must also benefit to the point where not even Disney like can keep it in circulation. It'll work for as long as they have a lot of money and government stays corrupt. That's true. I mean, if that's the case, then I guess that means that like, well, there's two things, right? First of all, the fact that like Steamboat Willie is entering the public domain doesn't mean that they'll stop making money from Steamboat Willie. It just means that they can't copyright it anymore. And you better, and I think they've been making like different versions of Steamboat Willie over the years. It's about control. I mean, it always is, right? Am I making her face too round? Maybe like that. Oh, Jankerton, how's it going? Welcome to the stream, everybody. How you doing? You were playing Hi-Fi Rush, right? Hang on. Yeah, dude, I've been meaning to get into that game as well. How did your stream go? Oh, first, right, introductions and everything. Thank you for your hard work today. I'm Pabs, a rising VTuber and artist, and today we're making a character design based off of these three emojis, which were the taxi cab, cherries, and a whale. They were randomized, and now I'm making like a Venetian boater who is also cherry themed. It is everything. That's great to hear. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, I've been trying to I've been trying to figure out like when I should try playing it. Everything I've ever wanted in a game, it's so good. I'm so happy for you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, I was wondering why recently I got like an old song that I hadn't listened to in a long time, and on Game Pass for $1. Cuff cuff. Ooh, I don't have a Game Pass, but I'm sure that's great for people who do. I'll spread the word. I think the eye is like way too open. I think I'm gonna like make it a little bit more relaxed. There we go. But yeah, I got a song recommended to me from like a band that I used to listen to like way back in the day. I'm like, I haven't listened to this song in a while. I wonder why it's in my recommendeds. And it turns out that it's in Hi-Fi Rush, and the comment section was like, "Oh, dude, when this song started, it was so hype." And it like I get the feeling that a lot of people feel the same way. So I'm happy it's become such a hit. There we go. I don't know why it is that I'm gonna make this woman pink as hell. By the way, like there's gonna be a lot of pink on the color scheme. DJ Pink is gonna be on the beat for this color scheme, and I don't know why it is that like whenever a character is just like the meanest or most nasty, not even nasty looking, but like they just look mean, I get tempted to give them like more pink in their color scheme. It's about the contrast. Like I have this other character called Neburo that has like she's not exactly a pleasant person. She's like very complicated. She's got like vigilante shit going on. She's got like body morphing shit going on. Very dark conceptually, but like she's got like the brightest pink hair that I've ever given to any of my characters. I wonder if that says anything about me. Probably that I like Kirby. That is true. I do like Kirby a lot. Every time I answer my own question like this, one of these days, I remember that one clip of like Germa talking about like which animal he would be, and he just answers his own damn question. And I think of that every day, and I think it's the perfect solution to literally anything. You just need to beat people to the punch on answering like what kind of X you would be, right? Even if it's the wrong answer, you need to deliver it with confidence, and it will become the truth. There's like this animation for the clip and everything. It's fantastic. Also, now it's gotten me into the habit of mispronouncing things with like a G as J, with like a J as a G, or like with two J's as a G. I don't know how to describe it. Like he's like, I'd be like the king of the jungle, and that phrase, the jungle, has kind of like stuck with me. Here we go. Let's see. We can just move this up here. Then, how are we doing the rest of these? Yeah, I've also been thinking about which game I should try to do like a long let's like, I guess I am a let's player, huh? It feels weird to acknowledge that. I feel like the word let's player has become kind of outdated as time goes on. Does anybody else feel that way? Like, I feel like you couldn't. Time was on YouTube. You couldn't like throw a rock without hitting a dude named like something other Let's Plays or whatever the hell you have it. But nowadays, everybody. Well, I mean, like, I guess it is particularly since I'm a VTuber, we tend to have character names come first, right? So we wouldn't have like something or other games or whatever. But I feel like we used to like have that as an honorary title more often back in the day. I suppose the times are changing. I wonder if it's a good thing either. Like, I wonder if it's either because like Let's Player has become just so expected that it's like no longer a special thing, or if it's because like the language itself has become outdated. I guess because it feels like nowadays everybody's like a content creator, a streamer. What does like Civi11 call himself? Like I don't remember what that dude calls himself, but like I think that's the closest thing. YouTuber, I guess, would be the closest thing that we've got these days. Like nowadays, everybody calls themselves a YouTuber instead of like a Let's Play channel or like whatever. I guess it's good not to define yourself in that way, but you know, it's also a little bit weird after a time. What else was I thinking about? Oh yeah, circling back to the topic of like what do you call things that have like copyright and everything. Apparently, the director behind the like Blood and Honey film isn't going to finish with just like Winnie the Pooh. As these Disney titles start entering the public domain, apparently they're going to like expand their field. Apparently, like on the radar, and I shit you not, is a film that they're going to call Bambi the Reckoning. Which, the thing is, right? I'm not going to watch any of these films, at least probably not when they come out, right? But I do have a morbid curiosity. It's so corny. The thing is, right? Sometimes things can be corny, but also sincere. I've talked about before on this channel on like movies that feel like they exist for the sake of existing. And I feel like this is going to be one of those movies, but I feel like it could also be something more special. Listen, the work of an iconoclast is never finished. It's not even that. But Cage, otherwise how will YouTubers who make like thumbnails like I watched this movie and my house actually got cursed by Winnie the Pooh? How will they make their living? Think of the poor reactionaries. I mean, what else is CinemaSins supposed to put out this month? Fuck, I hate CinemaSins. Guess you have a point. Yeah. Every now and again, right, you run into these like perversions of things. And you have to recognize that some of them are at least come with more sincerity than others. Although I guess that's yet to be seen. I feel like I'm like joking about how good this movie is a little bit too easily. I need to stay on my toes. Hmm. Oh wait, what if like the hang on? What if like the circles here are like sewed onto her pants? It's gonna look stupid, but it'll be cool. I'm far more interested in Cocaine Bear. Now that we can agree with. Honestly, Cocaine Bear does look like just... What does Cocaine Bear look like? It just looks like a good, stupid time. There we go. Don't even think it'll be good, but I don't know. It just interests me. Is it weird that when I thought about like Cocaine Bear, my almost immediate reaction was like, this feels like it's going to be the Kangaroo Jack of the modern age, which isn't high praise. Kangaroo Jack, I don't remember faring particularly well, although I do remember that I was like weirdly obsessed with like the DVD of it as a kid. Kangaroo Jack. Kangaroo Jack is a kids movie, though. That's true. So, was it a kids movie? I don't even remember. I don't remember the plot of like Kangaroo Jack. When was Kangaroo Jack released? Hang on, let me Google this shit. Let's see. 2003. It probably did. Come to think of it, I think I want to stop talking. I remember playing on Cartoon Network, so I'd assume. Huh. Alright, I need to be treading very carefully because otherwise I'm going to give this lady the fucking Xenoblade 2 protagonist pants, and I hate those damn things more than anything in the world. Okay, have you ever seen those? I don't think you'd seen them, but like, I want to show everyone the Xenoblade 2 protagonist pants because they're not even really pants, not in any meaningful way. Hang on, where's this dumbass? Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Gaze upon this. Those are not pants. Those are armored leggings over pants. I don't even know what I was worried about, honestly. Nothing can top those things. Those silly things. Inner thighs exposed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not very good. Is that even I mean, that is technically the inner thigh. Although that's not great for, like, cacti and, like, swords, I imagine. Let's see. Like, don't get me wrong. I respect a set of chaps being used as armor. I just feel you should wear, like, something under the chaps if you're trying to do anything meaningful with it. Oh, yeah, no, you don't want to see what the Xenoblade 2 girl characters look like. That's like even... Let's not even go there. Actually, come to think of it, the only two Xenoblade 2 girl designs I've seen is probably the ones that made it into Smash. Pyrrha and... I don't remember the other one's name, but that's fine. I'm never going to play Xenoblade 2. I might play the original Xenoblade. I remember that that one's supposed to be like fucking incredible, but I know that Xenoblade 2 is actually like a gotcha, which I do not fuck with. Not anymore. That time in my life is over. I do feel like the face needs to be a little bit flatter. Don't get me wrong, I'll still post about gacha games. Like Arknights, I still follow to an extent, mainly because the character designs in Arknights are fantastic. But like otherwise, relationship over. Also because Arknights makes weirdly incredible hip-hop music for what is ostensibly a game about being doctors without borders that fights people. I've said this before. Some of the music for Arknights you would not find out of place on like a top 10 Spotify play, like Billboard 10 Spotify playlist. Like, don't get me wrong, some of the Arknights music is like very much video game music with like a capital V, but other ones just feel like something that fucking what's his nuts? I don't remember his name actually. I can't think of like any like pop musicians that don't have like a distinctive style actually. Which probably says more about how often I listen to pop music than actually pop musicians. Or distinctive enough, at least, right? Yeah. It's a bit rude to say, like, all pop music sounds the same. To be, like, to be perfectly unfair to people who enjoy pop music, right? Like, after a while, like, listening to fucking EDM, for example, also starts feeling the same. It's about, like, the extent of it that you consume. I like my fair share of pop music. Yeah, see? There's no, there's no such thing as well, no, there is such a thing as bad music, but like, there's no such thing as like. Generally, there's no such thing as bad music. I don't have any examples of like what would be bad music, but like I imagine that it's out there. Hmm. I'm gonna go ahead and add a extra little bit of like sewing stuff over here. Not sewing stuff, like stitching. I think that's the word that I'm looking for. Stitching to this area of the pants because it looks a little bare. Actually, this is starting to look a little. No. I was going to say this is starting to look a little bit like Steamboat Willie too, but no, it doesn't. That's not true. Maybe some pockets here. Hmm. Something about the top half feels off. There we go. Come on, use the pen tool. There we go. I knew you could do it, buddy. No, I don't like how that looks, actually. Let's walk that back a little. Okay, this is about, like, okay, this was so far so good, right? Do we want the giant things? Would those add anything? We got eaten by spiders. Hey, Preston. Welcome to the stream, everybody. That's unfortunate. Poor dishonest Gabe. Died pantsless and eaten by spiders. Really, honestly, one of the worst ways you can go. Poor motherfucker deserved it. Poor you, then, I guess, for having to deal with him for so long. I mean, he may have deserved it, but nobody deserves to be eaten alive by spiders without pants. Poor me for having lost my loot. Listen, say what you will, but I'm of the moral opinion that nobody's done anything bad enough to deserve to be eaten alive by spiders without any pants on. That's one of my hard-line moral stances. But yeah, my condolences on your loot. It sounded like you had fun, though. The game certainly looked interesting. I don't know what it is. I like think that games that have like a very like. And for my next trick, I shall turn this circle into a cone. Huta! Oh, absolutely. Oh, that's nice. Let's see. Let's smooth the corner as well. We can simplify that a little more. A little more. But yeah, I'm glad y'all had fun. Let's see. Okay, now the question is like, do we need these? I don't think we do. You know what? I'm gonna leave it like this. I think. Hang on. There we go. That makes it a little bit more obvious that these are going to be like overalls. Okay. Now we just got to finish up the arm and we can get the coloring. Right on time too. We're actually running a little bit late on schedule. But yeah, there's something that I find weirdly enjoyable about like games that have like, all right, I don't know how to describe it, but skills that okay, it might take a second for me to collect my thoughts on this because what I'm about to describe is both complex and incredibly stupid. All right, so hear me out. There was this game that I think going by example would be better. There was this game that I saw during a Steam sale one time, and if I can remember the name of it without looking up at my Steam, I will deserve a medal. What was the name of this thing? I don't remember. It was like, hang on. 3079 Block Action RPG. Now, this game is objectively not very good, I think. Yeah, reviews mixed. Apparently not very good. But what it did have was like a weirdly in-depth RPG mechanic stat system that I enjoyed tremendously. And I also enjoyed, like, it's a very poorly built, what the hell, we'll play it on stream someday, but like, this was a very poorly constructed game because it had like a bunch of, I mean, first of all, the enemy scaling was garbage. The graphics are to leave much to be desired, etc., etc. It's a rough looking game, right? And not even in like the Cruelty Squad, we did this on purpose kind of way. It's just like a rough looking game that is very clearly like limited by the developer's skill at the time. I imagine they must have gotten a lot better by now. And I had a lot of fun playing it at the game myself, so they did good. But the thing is, right? This game had like stealth mechanics. They had like friggin' hacking mechanics, and these had like stats tied to them. And I like that so much. I love seeing the number go up. And I can't help but feel that like the game that Preston was playing is also one of those games where like you feel like very excited whenever you level up because there's just going to be something buck wild in there, even though like you have no reason to expect anything good. I don't know how to put it. Like it just seems like an mysterious and exciting kind of thing. Like it feels like it has like a lot of mysteries inside of it that are going to be fun and goofy. Like they produce a sense of wonder. That's kind of what I'm looking for. That they produce a sense of wonder, but like in a distinct kind of RPG way. That's the kind of thing that really turns my crank. But yeah, I'm gonna someday I will stream whimsical motherfucker. Is whimsical the right word? Yeah, I guess it could be. It's a good word as any. I like how you said that. Like the way you typed that makes it sound like you were calling me that as like an insult. Which is extremely funny to me. Well, look at you, Mr. Whimsical. Whimsical is like an epithet. It's just really funny to me. Also, I am fighting for my fucking life trying to figure out how this hand is gonna go. We got a whimsical guy over here. What's the matter? What's the matter? You gonna go imagine some vivid world of imagination? Huh? Pushes you. Huh? God. I make fun of that, but that is kind of like sometimes how it goes, that people make fun of you for being whimsical. I gotta eat. See you. Be seeing you. All right. Thank you for dropping by. Catch you later. Oh god, I just realized that I promised that I'm going to play block action RPG on stream. That might be something that we have to like knock out in an afternoon. I remember that being like how many hours did I sink into this game? 13 hours. I sunk 13 hours into that game, and that was like over like a lot of save files and everything. Like I said, I was weirdly obsessed with this game, but I eventually managed to beat it. Yeah, no, this hand is weird. Here's what we'll do. We'll draw the paddle first, and then we'll draw the hand. Yep. A unique and interesting problem in that I might have made the straight line too long. There we go. Let me connect these suckers up. Yeah. I've also been listening a lot to a Spanish ska band on YouTube called Inspector. And my guys, you gotta put your shit on Bandcamp. Like, to open letter to every music producer in the past 20 years, you gotta put your shit on Bandcamp immediately, like pronto. Please, I am begging you with tears in my eyes, I promise you. I know a lot of like I know Bandcamp is pretty popular among like American bands, but I don't think like it's reached overseas yet, because the one site that they like linked their music to that had that had like an option to download it as an MP3 was the sketchiest fucking thing that I've ever seen in my life. I felt like I was getting a virus just looking at it. And while certainly you have to use the means available to you, I am beseeching any music producers out there, put your shit on Bandcamp. You can charge money for it. Most of it goes to you. Like, almost all of it goes to you if somebody buys it. I promise you, it's a great experience. Just let me in. But yeah, I'll probably be setting up like, well, probably not setting up an account, but I'll be figuring out some way to access that site later this month so I can download those albums because they are very good. Let me scale down the width on these guys. There we go. And let me increase the width on these guys. Let me see if I can simplify these. I know what's happening here. Hang on. Switch control point. Oh, weird. That is a normal control point. Usually the reason it ends up like this is because this is a corner. Let me redraw the line width. Let me pick up one of the buttons from down here for this job. Come to think of it, do we know why cherries and like fruits and such always show up in casinos? Like, I know that like in a roulette machine, one of the default like results is like a cherry, right? I wonder how come that is. Or like in a what do you call? Yeah, in a slot machine. Let me look that up actually. Slot machine cherry meaning. Here we go. Okay, the bar symbol. You'd find these are okay, blah blah blah. It's a rectangle. Okay, this guy's just guessing. All right, I think whoever wrote this article is being kind of a douchebag. Hang on, because like they're like, oh yeah, it means that you would win like a cherry flavored stick of gum. Nah, just kidding. I'm here to learn, man. Come on. Oh, okay, so it was actually that. The reels on early slot machines included cherry, melon, orange, apple, and bar symbols with non-cash payouts in the form of fruit-flavored gum, allowing machine owners to avoid prosecution under anti-gambling laws. I see. So it was it was about fruit gum after all. So the first article was lying about lying to me. I was like, nah, we're just kidding. It's not really about gum. Yes, it is. You lied to me twice. Although the second article could be lying as well, or like just wrong. But I'm not gonna ask questions about that. It's not good to question. It's not good to like mistrust everything. I'll do some more research on that later. There's no hurry right now. To do the research, I mean, I should probably hurry and step up the pace a little bit since we are running out of time. Forgot to draw the freaking paddle inside the hand. That's fine though. Now we can just scale up the hand and draw the paddle like that. There we go. Where's the rest of the paddle? Down here. Hey, bud. Where's the rest of the paddle? All right. Anyway, now I think we can get started on coloring. What was I doing? Right, okay, colors. Okay. So obviously we're going for red in a lot of different sites on this thing. There we go. For some of the highlights, I think it would be... Okay, first of all, we're going to need for like a white on the shirt. I think that's going to be like the brightest point of the entire outfit. It's like just a shirt. Like very dark blue for the pants here. Like the underpants. The pants beneath the pants. None of these sound any better than the other. That being said, I do think I'll need like bright red for some of the cherry decorations up here. We can turn this into a more coherent thing later. Skin tone. Yeah, let's go for that tone. And bright pink hair. Maybe not that kind of pink. I do like the idea of having like pink hair on this character, but I need to figure out like the exact kind of pink, you know? Particularly if we're going to retain that skin tone. Let me bump it up to a little bit more red. Alright, hang on, I've got an idea. Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, I think this one's good. I like the contrast of this. Should I make this be like a crop top? I was kind of picturing like a... Alright, some food for thought on there, but I'm thinking more red. I'm thinking like zero blue, all red kind of ensemble on this. Maybe green for like the lighter shade. Remind me again what this cherry would look like. Let's see. Oh, kind of like a reddish brown. Okay. Like that. Gonna need to make it avoid looking like the paddle's made out of chocolate though. Yeah, like that kind of tone. I don't know if cherry wood's actually good for making paddles out of. It might not be, but that's fine. Dark green isn't really working for that. Hang on. Speaking of like things that are working and things that aren't, let me go ahead and make the scar color. Eye color. Maybe some kind of red? Brown would also work. Or maybe pink too. Dark pink? Yeah, okay, hang on. Now we're working with something. Yeah, that works. Okay, then the hat is going to be made out of straw. So for that we can use a very light kind of yellow. It's leaning a little too much toward green on there, so... Ooh, that's actually kind of a nice color. Okay, we need this red to be like more distinctive from like the cherry color. So how can we accomplish that? Ooh, we could make it more towards like orangish red. Make it a little brighter too. Getting warmer. Now see, that feels a little too desaturated. Now see, that's a little too saturated. No, not quite. Let's leave it like that and say that's good for now. And why not? Or actually, we could probably like make the cherries pinker. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, I think having that like slight distinction helps a lot. Should I just make this same color? I feel like it needs like a little bit of contrast. Ooh, wait, actually. I mean, one half of the pants dark red. Nah. This does provide a pretty good contrast, so I like that. I'll probably hit it with a color wash sooner or later, so it's fine. The bright red for the shoes isn't really treating me right. We also need to figure out the color for the highlight here. Yeah, because that... what about, like, dark red? No, that's... Yeah, that'd be better for, like, this, right? The kind of taxi medallion that we've got over here also needs like a splash of color. Let's see, how about more pink? Yeah, I think it's gonna need to be like kind of like that kind of pink because otherwise the blue is gonna clash Because I imagine that for like a marine medallion, you would need some kind of blue in there, right? I did always wonder why, like it makes sense thematically why Marines are always painted with like the blue color, but like I feel like if you are a Marine, right, you'd want either to be completely hidden from your enemies, in which case you would paint yourself like a brownish, right? Like you would have like brownish camo to blend in with like the wood of the ship, or you would need like something that really stands out, so like bright safety orange, in case you get thrown overboard. Huh, bright pink skin is interesting, but not kind of what I'm going for. Maybe it's not that the shirt needs to be darker, or like that the cuffs need to be lighter, but that the shirt needs to be darker. That might be it, actually. Nah. What we do still need to do, though, is to give it those distinctive stripes. So I think like a nice kind of rosy pink would be good for that. Hmm. Is it just me, or does she look like a strawberry shortcake, but like as a sailor? My bad. Oh, yeah, I forgot to give her freckles on her arm, too. Just a few more up there on the face first, though. Perfect. And actually, let's give her some more neck definition as well. Okay. There we go. Okay, grab that, expand that by 1 pixel. I've learned to wrangle the anti-alias lines. Sometimes not, sometimes even successfully. There we go. Perfect. I wonder if I could also get away with making her anchor look like a cherry. That might be pushing it. I think it's the main pen color that's bothering me still. Hang on. Select this one. Let me try that one more time. Select this. Perfect. All right, let's try moving that around the color wheel a little bit and seeing what we find ourselves being drawn to. No, darker isn't the way to go. Oh, that's really awfully bright though. Maybe like flipping it all the way. Way too blue. Way real. Okay. But yeah, I was gonna say like maybe it's kind of like greenish, like very desaturated green. Oh, but that's ugly too. Kind of like this beige. I'm into this idea of like beige. No, I think it definitely needs to be like a lighter color. All right, here's what we do. We grab this, which is already looking very nice. I might say so, if I may say so myself. First of all, fix this hat here, because that hole in the patch in the hat is bothering me. First of all, shift the tone down like a little bit. No, that's not helping. All right, now we try the trick of gradient mapping. Oh, Corgi, thank you for the raid. Wow, lots of raiders today. How's everybody doing? I'm Paps, a racing VTuber and an artist. We're actually wrapping up this character design. So we rolled the gacha on three emojis. We got a taxi cab, cherries, and a whale, and that's going to develop into this tough looking lady here. But yeah, so thank you for your hard work today. How did your stream go? Today was Persona Q, right? Hang on. There we go. Perfect. All right. Let's see. Right, we were doing some gradient mapping for this. And having an issue with like the pants colors. So hopefully one of these can help me sort it out. Okay, let's try this one. Ooh, okay, I'm liking what that's doing to a lot of this. Let's see if we can't, like... There we go. And that created a nice kind of shading effect for me too. Win-win. But let's keep shopping around a little bit, right? Okay, so that was on multiply mode. Let's try a couple other ones. Soft light is interesting. I like that. Let me grab something real quick. All right, so select color gamut, skin tone. Okay, and then we'll just bump up saturation a little bit so it kind of like keeps fitting in with the rest of it. Perfect. Nah. Something about this still doesn't feel quite right. Maybe it's something in the overlay layer. Oh, no, wait, hang on. This works. Select color gamut, this one here. Because I want to retain the same depth of the skin tone that I had earlier. And also like avoid making her look blonde. Because I'm rather attached to the pink hair now. Here's what we do. All right, we merge the selected layers, select this. I guess this would be like what you call like strawberry blonde, right? But I wanted it to look kind of like strawberry milk. In terms of tone and coloration. I think that's a pretty solid job, honestly. I call that a job well done. Yeah, I think she's ready to go. Actually, one more thing. One more eensy-teensy tiny thing. So I need to like stuff her into a folder again, and I need to make sure that foot over here is bothering me, right? So here's how we do it. We merge those layers. We turn off all the other ones. We grab the liquefy tool, and then with the push brush, we're gonna just drag this foot a little bit further down, this one a little bit further in. There we go, perfect. Her arm looks a little bit short like this, but that's fine. Nobody's perfect. Here's what we can do, though. Maybe we can, like, shorten this paddle so it looks a little bit more like a normal oar. Or feels like a weird word. I feel like by now I would have used the word or a lot more than I actually have. Okay, I'm here for real now. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we've been working on this cool looking lady here. How goes the arting? I'm having fun. I've been struggling with the pink color palette. I love pink color palettes, but I have, you know, they're sometimes difficult to pull off. But I like it. I like how this turned out. So yeah, we based her on these three emojis here: taxi, cherry, whale. Color scheme is really nice. Thank you. But yeah, somehow I got like Venetian boat lady with like nautical motifs. And also cherry motifs. But this is a blast. It's been a while since I've done one of these character design streams. I need to... Hold on a second, please. Something needs my urgent attention. This paddle is... Is it just me, or are things that are like sticks very difficult to do? Like, once you mess around with the stick shape, you are... That is it. That is game. I'm gonna call it there. All right. Well, I think that's turned out pretty well. Let me start saving this so that I can start bouncing from here. I'd probably need to call her Cherry, right? Like, there's no way I'm not calling her Cherry. I could probably cook up a better name eventually, but like, Cherry's gonna be what her code name is for now. All right, how many people we got in here? Let's try to find somebody to raid. Let's see. Oh, lots of people doing stuff. Oh, Icrius is playing Disco Elysium. Let's go say hi. Always love somebody playing Disco Elysium for the first time. All right. Well, I think that's going to be it from me for tonight. I think tomorrow I'm going to be playing some more Rumbleverse, so please join me for that. I hope to see you all soon. Have a great rest of your evening. Have a good week, and I will see you all out there. Later. Bye.